Folks Hub. How are you doing today? How are you all? I'm doing great, and let's get started with the video. So, today we're learning about code.org, how to create the account, and what are the features of AppLab. So, let's get started. So, we first have to sign in with the code.org account. If you have an account already, you just sign in directly, or you can create an account, or you can continue with Google, Facebook, or Microsoft accounts. So, let's get started with the email. So I'm just giving my email ID, then password. Yes, this is all. This is my dashboard. As you can see on the top right corner, I have my name, and this is my dashboard where I can start off with creating any new project. So let's just click on create. So we will be exploring all other labs in the next few videos. So this is the App Lab series. So I'm starting off with App Lab. App Lab is one of the labsinCode.org where we can actually create apps and see the output of the apps or the working of the app in the mobile simulator on the left. Let's see. Once this loads, as you can see here, this is the code.org interface with the mobile screen on the left. So this is called as mobile simulator where you have the mobile screen. You can actually design and see the output of the app on this mobile simulator. Then you have a toolbox over here with all the code blocks to do the coding, which is very much simple and which is based on JavaScript. So this is the workspace here where you can start off coding. So we will be doing a very small app today for you to understand how to use this app lab, and then we'll move on to creating some complex apps in the next few videos. So in this series, I will be talking about the complete app lab features, and we will be creating few apps using app lab, and we'll see the outputs too. So yeah, let's get started with the first app. So before creating any app, first let's understand how this interface works. So this is code.org where you can see the logo of the code.org, or you can also call it as Code Studio logo, where you have the name of the project here. You can rename it, you can share it, you can remix it. Remixing is nothing but making a copy of your project. So you can create a new project by clicking on this drop down here. You can go to your projects anytime. You can go to account settings and sign out from here. And we have three buttons which are very much important while creating the apps. So we have code, design, and data. Code is to code the app, design is to design your app, data is when you have both front end and back end, like where you have to store some data from your app, then you can use this data option. So we will be exploring all these things in our later videos. But for now, let's get started with creating a first app. So how to create any app? So there are four steps to create any app. First step is you first have to understand what exactly you're creating. So it's the purpose. So after having a purpose of what you're creating, then you can design it, code it, and then test it. Testing is nothing but running your app by clicking on this run button on the simulator below. So let's click on design to start off with the designing of the app. So here we have the mobile simulator, which is used to design and test your application. Then we have a design toolbox here where you have themes and you have so many other options, design components to design your app. So we have all these design components to design your apps smoothly. We have the properties section over here for each and every design component. Here we have properties given. So each and every component have different or unique properties for itself. So starting off with the theme first. So let's choose a color template for our app. So I'm choosing watermelon for now. Then we have buttons, labels, text inputs, and all. We will be discussing all of these components in the next few videos very clearly. So today I'm just using a button. So I'm just dragging and dropping this button in the middle of my screen. So this is a very simple app which has a button on it, and I will be labeling it out. So on the right side, you have properties. The ID is button one. You can let it be, or you can change the ID of the button, which is the unique property of every design component. text. So let's change the text as click me, as it will be looking interesting for the user to click upon. And you can increase or decrease the width of the buttons. It's up to you. I like this. You can change the X and Y positions. We will be discussing about X and Y positions in our next videos. Then text color. So you can change the text color. You can change background color. So you have a custom color palette over here. You can choose any color you like. Then you have font family to choose from the options given. You can increase or decrease the font size. You can change the text alignment here. You can choose any image as the background for your button. You have the border width, border color, border radius too. So border width is, if you decrease this, you can see the border around my button is getting decreased accordingly. So I want it to be 3, and border color should be dark green, and border radius can be 10 for now. So I'm changing it to 10. Yes. This is a rounded rectangle button which I've created, and this is up to you how you want to create it. So this is all about designing a button or customizing a button. And then we have text inputs, we have labels, drop downs, and so on. Today we will be discussing about label also. So label is something which can actually display text on your screen, or you can display outputs on your screen using labels. So a label also will have ID, and you can give any text. As this is my first app, so I'm writing first app. You can increase or decrease the width accordingly. You can increase height. Let's first change the font size so that we can easily understand how much width we need. So you can drag it off from here. You can use this hand option to drag it and adjust your app component properly and adjust the height. Set. Now you need not increase width or height manually here. You already have adjusted it properly. Then text color, background color, if you have to change any other things over here, you can absolutely do that according to your wish. So let's go to code and let's see how actually we can start coding in AppLab. So coding here, we have code blocks. This is very much simple. All code blocks are just drag and drop components. You can just drag it and place it on your workspace to use it. So on event, so what I'm just doing is I will be, when you click on the button, we'll do something like changing the background color, or you can update the label as I have updated my label. So let's update the label's value. On event, when you click on the button, you have to update your label value, right? So on event, button one, click. Click is the event over here. On event is something like when some event occurs. So when the event occurs, when you're clicking on your button one, then the event name is click. We have multiple options. Based on the need, we can actually use any of these options. And then we have a function. Function is always like when you are giving some task to your computer. So I am giving a task to my computer saying I want to update my label. So that's why I'm writing a function here. So on event, button one, click. Then we have a function here saying we have to give a task to our computer now. Let's see how can we change the text of the label. So let's see. Yes. So I have set text. I can set text on any component. So I am setting the text on a label now. So yes, this is more related and much more appropriate for me to use this now. So I am writing, so I have to set the text on my label one. Like you can see, the ID over here is label one. So click on label one, set text, label one, and what should be the text you should be seeing here on the label? That you can write anything. Welcome to Folks Club. So I don't think this is big enough to hold all of it. So I'm just writing Folks Hub. Let's check this out by clicking on run option. So as you can see, we had a purpose and then we have designed it, coded it, and now we're testing it. This is our last step. Click on run and click on click me. Whoa, we got this. This is all about today's video. I hope you understood how to use AppLab, how to start designing, coding, and testing the app. This is all for today, guys. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, Folks Hub. Bye bye, and let's see in the next video of the series.